let's move on to one of our main stories here. Take-Two is going to purchase Zynga, or has purchased Zynga, for $12.7 billion. It's a nice chunk of change, and I'm not really all that surprised because Zynga's been around for a hot minute, and they kind of started the whole Facebook gaming.
Yeah.
I want to say we might even know people who used to work for Zynga. I want to say our former boss.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I know I haven't worked with Zynga, but I know like, when I was working doing, like in our previous episode, we were talking about game testing and stuff. I did have a couple of contracts with Zynga and their Facebook gaming, but like haven't, personally, as far as being under them, I haven't worked with them, but yeah, they've been out for a minute.
So most of this article just goes on about like how much it's going to cost, and they're buying with like stocks and cash and all this stuff. But the one thing I wanted to point out is that highlighted paragraph I have here. This is coming from Take-Two. The company said Zynga's expertise could help drive its free-to-play and cross-platform ambitions and help it bring Take-Two's console PC properties to mobile and add new game modes. So, which, whatever. I don't care. They made Grand Theft Auto Mobile, and that was fine. I don't care. I don't have to play it.
Yeah.
I had it, and it was. I didn't play it long because the whole we talked about it. The digital control pads are ass.
Crap. Yeah.
Like maybe on a tablet, but not on a phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you need that tactileness when you're like trying to move. Like
exactly. Yeah, doing a whole touch screen, it doesn't work. The touch, yeah.
So they're looking, so could help drive its free to play and cross-platform ambition. So cross-platform is obviously going from big to small. Probably, well, you know what? They might go small to big because there are like, can't you get Candy Crush on Steam or some shit? Like, there's games like that.
Yeah, you can get Candy Crush on Steam. And I think so. It's interesting. So what immediately brings to my attention about their free to play and cross platforming? I know one big thing when they did free play was when they released a lot of their 2K games, like the NBA and stuff. They usually always release a mobile app version for it, as far as like a Magic-esque type mobile app where you collect cards.
Got the companion app. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in on all that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Same. And so that immediately thinks me like if they're trying to bring that into, like you were saying, to like PC or more even on console, so that they can grab more money from that way.
They kind of did do that with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
With the dog and everything, which I spent like 5 minutes in that app, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, right. What was it like? It was like you customize your license plate, and then you like play with your dog, and then you can see them in game that we pretty much never really cared about.
Yeah. Yep. So the free to play thing. What are the odds that we get a free to play Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's just online, no story? And they'll call it Grand Theft Autos. Maybe they just call it Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah.
But like, what if? And they wanted those great minds of Zynga that actually know how to make pay to win a reality type thing.
It's scary to think that something like that that can be a definite, right? Only because, I mean, if you look at GTA 5 now, right, they've focused solely on just online, right? Everything, new content, whatever is straight on, like doing their GTA Online platform. Yeah, exactly, right. With they have the Mega Shark cars, like they've implemented, in a sense, they've implemented free to play for a while, right? Just with the price tag of $60 to buy the the base copy, but since then, they've just, all the online stuff is, free, but it's the grinding aspect of free to play. Like they have that already implemented in there. So the only thing left to implement as far as like free to play and how mobile is doing the whole like energy thing, right? Where you can only play so much until your energy runs out, and
Gotta
then you gotta
wait 20 hours or whatever to go and
right,
do something. Yeah.
or buy the energy pack and shit
Yep.
like that, right? So that scares me because that's where I feel that's where it's gonna go, especially with when you're mentioning GTA 6, their foot's already in the door, you know?
Right. I don't think you can add that kind of mechanics to a console or a
Console,
PC,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
waiting game.
right.
Because like they'll just stop turning your game on and turn on another game that will just let them fucking play. Like
Yeah, yeah, right, and I think 'cause I'm trying to remember, so I know one, game I think that's very similar to this free-to-play style, I haven't played it personally, but I've heard, mixed things about it, but, Genshin Impact, you heard of that?
I have.
I think they're trying to go for with the combination of Zynga and GTA is Genshin Impact. That's available, through console. That's available through PC and mobile. And I haven't personally played it, but I know that mechanic. It's a lot of just a grind fest, right? They make it very hard to progress because, like, again, it's free to play, and then they have the option to where you can buy booster packs. Like they buy booster packs to help speed things on. And I think for something like GTA, in order to kind of create that free to play mechanics, I think that's something they'll do, instead of doing like, instead of doing the whole energy pack where like you only have a certain amount of energy a day, they'll do the booster packs to where like, hey, if you don't want to grind to get this shirt or car or whatever, buy this amount, a certain amount, and then that will boost that process up. One thing that Genshin Impact does is like they don't do the energy thing, but what they do is like a booster, like a booster pack. So like say if you wanted to get an outfit or a weapon or something like that, and you don't want to grind forever to get it, you get this booster pack to help give you the points needed or XP, whatever needed to get that. And I think that's one way,
So XP
they could probably
boosts
implement.
like Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one thing they'll probably implement as far as like a free to play GTA.
It can't be online if that's the case.
True.
Because you got people who won't be able to afford that, and you got people who won't want to do that, and then you'll have people just smoking them. The whales.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, when you start thinking of the PvP aspect, like that's it. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do something like that. And I mean, yeah, that's I guess that raises a good question of how they would implement this, as far as a free to play style, because you're right. Even for like mobile games, right? Like when you do the whole buying the gems or whatever to get the super pack or a super character, whatever, and you go into an arena, it's still not PvP. Like it's still just you put a defense of your characters and then like they just do their own thing, but like you're still not battling anybody. It's still a computer.
You know who does this really well?
Hmm.
Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's a really simple game,
Mm-hmm.
but the model of just coming out with extra crap for people if they want to buy it
Yeah.
every few months or whatever it is,
Right.
like that works, and the kids eat it up.
Yeah, they do, because it's all cosmetic, right? Like all the things you get, like it's all cosmetic, which
And
is
you and you
crazy.
and you can
It's
grind for the cosmetics. I mean, obviously, some of them you don't get because you're not the pro level or whatever, and they've got that blocked off. But that's a normal thing for these games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fortnite kills it with that whole model.
Yeah, and it's crazy so like I don't know, and I think this is why I was never really big into Fortnite. Like cosmetics are cool, but I'm just not that interested to spend money on a skin version of whatever pop culture character and some wacky ass dance move just so I can show virtually that I bought this stupid skin and did a dance.
I'll go buy my own T-shirt.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Like it's that, like that concept, and I mean, obviously, it's targeted towards the younger generation, and it just worries me. So like, they're just so gullible. Like you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these skins, and it's like, why?
well, now this brings up an interesting conversation for us later, and parenting through the digital wasteland.
I feel yeah, I kind of feel like that's actually would be a very good content creation for
That
me,
yeah,
especially as like coming to be about to be a father. Like, yeah,
that could be very interesting.
yeah,
I like it. So, anyways, I honestly, I don't see this affecting anything. Like, look, NBA 2K is
mhm.
a shithole already with these microtransactions. They don't need Zynga's help for that. Um,
True, exactly. Yeah, well,
and
yeah,
and
it was yeah, yeah,
and Grand Theft Auto 5, I almost said 6. Good lord, I'm just
yeah.
getting excited. No, but they're just I don't know. I don't even know what to say. They just can't stop making money.
Right.
It's a
So
money
yeah,
printing machine.
right. So it's like, why, why Zynga? Like, why do they need them?
Just the mobile.
Because
I honestly think it was just an addition to
mhm,
have some to the specifically diversify the business and
yeah,
get more of those people that are only playing games on phones. I don't think it's going to have any effect on PC or
PC or
platform
console.
games. No.
Yeah, yeah,
And even if it does, we won't notice because they're already doing those kind of predatory things.
yeah, yeah.